Happy Saturday morning. Yours truly just finished Mark C. Danielewski's monster new book, Tom's Crossing. And I'm going to unpack my thoughts here. Now, Danielewski is known probably best for House of Leaves, a book that I have read twice and that I love. I have, in fact, read everything that Danielewski has ever published, including all of the volumes for The Familiar, which are deeply underrated. And I'm going to unpack my thoughts on this book. First off, I got to give Danielewski props for actually confronting his greatest weakness, which is his prose. He's actually not that great of a writer. Let's be fucking honest. He always had those typographical tricks to disguise his limitation. What he has done here is drop the G in a lot of gerunds. So instead of writing, it's riding, so it's kind of the feel of a Western. Instead of enough, it's spelled enough, E-N-U-F. And the feeling I had initially of this particular stylistic choice was annoyance, but I did get used to it. He also steals this interesting stylistic move from Muriel Spark, who I am a huge fan of, where he will flash forward to like some side character and we see what they're doing in, 2032 or something, which I liked that. I didn't mind Tom. Tom is a father. He dies of cancer and he appears as a ghost. And I didn't mind that. I actually thought that was actually fun. But when we start taking a look at the characters in this book, I'm sorry, there's just not a lot of depth. I mean, Danielewski has never been known for depth, but without the typographical fun, like the words in the middle of pages, the different colors, it just becomes pretty tedious fairly fast. You've got Kaylin and Landry, these two kids who steal these two horses from Paddock B, where they're about to be butchered by the Porch family. And the Porches run this town, Orvop, Utah. Orvop, of course, is an anagram of Provo. Ha ha ha. This initially had a lot of momentum. I would say that the first 700 or 800 pages, I was actually able to like the book more than hate it. But then there's this point where there's the time gallery in which it tries to suggest that this story is much bigger than it is, and it's just really an insulting move from Danielewski. I mean, there is not a lot of depth to this story. He's trying to suggest that there is more meaning here and more profundity here than there is. I'm sorry, it's just a couple of kids on the chase from the fucking Porches with these two horses. That's really all it is. And, to suggest that it is a bigger story because the book is fucking 1,200 pages is fucking ridiculous. And again, I say this as someone who absolutely loves The Familiar. The thing is, Danielewski's typography, the way he designed the books, there's the famous story of House of Leaves when he basically set himself up in a Random House Carol and typeset the entire book himself, and that's why I think it's a masterpiece. There's a lot of fun in looking at this story with everything kind of offset, with some surprising moves as you turn the pages. It's almost like art on a visual level. But he doesn't really have that here, and so as such, there's a lot of tedium, especially, I would say, in the last 400 pages of the book. I think this book easily could have been cut down to 700 taut pages. All of the paragraphs and the sentences are really fucking long. And while I'm normally a fan of long sentences, it's like, come on, dude. I in terms of conveying the information here, you could have probably cut 20 words for every sentence. So it's a mixed review for me, I'm afraid, and I say this as a fan of what Danielewski does. I initially was probably leaning in on probably a 4-star Goodreads rating. That's going to be 3-star because of the last 400 pages, which just at this point, it's like, I don't fucking care. When is this book going to be over?